Okay, so this video is about self-concept internally, changing it and reprogramming it. So kind of like it's self-concept, but also subconscious reprogramming, kind of in the same video, kind of the same concept. Just gonna explain it to you in a simple way that you can apply and understand directly. Um, yeah, just straight to it. So yeah, I'm gonna explain this. So, by changing your internal self concept, do not be swayed by other people. So, this means do not, obviously, people's opinion you can listen to, but you are your internal validation at the end of the day. So, other people's opinions can contribute to your decisions, but decisions should still be made by you at the end of the day. So, if you're certain of something internally and you know of it, do not be swayed by other people. Self praise is natural and not egotistical. So, praising yourself and having self praise and being proud of yourself and congratulating yourself and celebrating yourself, praising yourself, these things are natural and they are not egotistical. So, by doing this, you're shifting your self concept by you consistently doing this to yourself and praising yourself and it becoming more natural to your subconscious. You will start emotionally intensifying with these um, emotional associations that you have when you're praising yourself, when you're proud of yourself, when you're happy for yourself. Because you'll feel it emotionally intensely, and you also, these are your now associations with these things. So well done. You will now have emotional associations of being happy and being congratulated, for example, and have a visualization of being congratulated. So by doing this, you're slowly shifting your self-concept. Your self-concept is now changing internally because now you're seeing yourself as a good version. Not saying that you aren't, but this is for, let's say, people that don't necessarily do this already. So this is just an easier way to do it. And for people that do already do this, this is just basically just keep doing what you're doing, just more aware of it or not. But yeah. So tell yourself you did good because you did good and whatever it is that you do. Tell yourself this, let these things become normal to your subconscious. Let these things become common, like praising yourself, like congratulating yourself, celebrating yourself, doing things for yourself. All these types of things, make it normal for yourself and emotionally intensely experience these things. So get happy when you do these things. Make it the best experiences you can have for yourself. Because by emotionally intensely um, experiencing these things, your subconscious will cling to it. And because they're good experiences with yourself internally, this builds a relationship with yourself, a positive one with yourself internally, which again reprograms the subconscious and changes your self-concept of yourself to a more positive one. By changing your self-concept of yourself to a more positive one, you are essentially your desired reality or your manifestation. You are that version of yourself internally because you are now identifying and operating from that version of yourself through your self-concept, through your beliefs, through your actions, through um, your identity, by your embodiment. You are now acting as the manifested desired version of yourself. So this this desired version of yourself also has a new self-concept, and the self-concept will be better than the previous frequency or the old frequency, because it's a new frequency, it's a new awareness. So this self-concept now will be higher than that one. So for example, if someone's trying to do something and trying to make changes within their life, but internally still operating from the old self-concept, that's essentially what's repelling or what's stopping the manifestation from working. Because with new actions, there has to be a new frequency to alter the effect. So you can't have a new desire or a new manifestation and still operate from the old version of yourself. You have to shift internally and identify and embody that version of yourself, the new version, and do things from that version of yourself internally. And by operating from that self-concept of yourself, that desired version of yourself, that subconscious programmed version of yourself, because you're operating from that version, you will naturally become your desired reality more effortless, because you have internal certainty. You have a new internal self-concept, you have a new internal self-worth, you have a new internal subconscious programming, you have a new internal way of doing things, you have a new internal embodiment, your new version of your new identity of yourself. When you become a new frequency, it's a new version of yourself. So you're just now operating from that version of yourself. But it's not complicated, it's just shifting to a degree internally and not being emotionally dependent on seeing your reality change. So you have to know you are that internally and embody that version of yourself internally before the world proves it to you. And because you're this internally, and the universe is a reflection of your internal emotionally intense experiences, because your emotional intense experiences are now good and you have shifted to this version of yourself, the universe has no choice but to reflect this back at you. Therefore, you're already in your desired reality. And then tell yourself all paths lead to your desired reality. By saying this is then guaranteeing that no matter what you do, everything leads to that version of yourself, because you now have this internal certainty and are detached from it. Operating from that version of you will attract your desired reality incredibly quick, because this new version of you has a new self-concept. This self-concept is not attached. Because it's not attached, it's quicker to bring manifestations through a new self-concept. So that's why you have to identify, to become a new frequency, a new vibration, you have to become a new self-concept, a new a new subconscious programming, a new embodiment, and new emotionally intense experiences or memories that are now good, and having everything in abundance. Because you're in a heavenly state, that self-concept, you won't need anything, because you have it. You're in your heavenly state, in your desired version of yourself, you already have everything in abundance. So that self-concept of yourself, that version of yourself, will never need anything. So just operate from that version of yourself. And because you're operating from that version of yourself, you're on that frequency or that awareness. So because you're on that awareness, you will live that version of yourself by being on that frequency. And that's all it is. You just have to shift internally to that frequency before every action you do. Because you're doing that, and all paths lead to your desired reality, all beliefs serve you everything you have in abundance, everything will then attract to you because you're detached from all of it. And your universe will reflect this to you, your internal certainty that you are in the kingdom of heaven and everything you have in a abundance. That is self-concept, or changing your self-concept, essentially explained in